Hey everybody, welcome to Two Dudes One Garage.
Two dudes, one garage. Here we
So
are.
so Alex, how was your day today so far?
Doing good yourself? How's
Great,
things?
man. It was great to work,
Good, good.
work, home now. Now we're enjoying
We were just drinking this hazy IPA Terrabellum.
Terrabellum
So
from modern times.
just poured it. Haven't tried it.
Cheers.
All right. Got a lot of fun little news today, so we're gonna be going over that. Where do you want to start? You want to start going over the market? All right. So we're looking at a 2 trillion market cap right now, which is down um, somewhat significantly. From what I understand, I know Bitcoin options expire at the end of the year, which I don't completely understand. There's a lot of things going on in this market. Um, if people don't get over a certain amount, if leverage trading or whatever, they lose money, liquidate, sell, and then also people sell off at the end of the year for tax purposes. So that very end of December, and that kind of drives down the price more because more people get liquidated with their options. So that's kind of what some of I'm seeing. I've been looking at people that kind of talk about the market every 3, 6, 9 months. Like if it goes down and up and down and up, week to week it looks bad, but I don't think it's actually healthy for the market. So that's kind of my perspective, and kind of like the S&P 500, it goes up and down and maybe 30-40% correction, but overall it's always gone up and to the right and always appreciated over time. And that's another argument to not be moving your money constantly, because you'll just make money if you just find a good project and you believe in it. And until there's other information, you don't really need to sell. If you really do think it's still going to do well eventually, you really don't need to do anything. So what are your thoughts on the market and being down? Because it looks bad on paper in the moment, but if you think about it, anyways, I go on and on.
Yeah, as far as the market being down right now, it's well, for me it's hodl time unless I find something to sell and buy the dip, because for me I'm just hodling right now. I have my top five favorite sitting on that. Uh, the thing, man, I was on Twitter earlier, just going through my feed, and Alex Becker kind of said something about where is everybody at that saying, I'm waiting for the perfect entry point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the perfect entry point.
Yeah,
So, uh,
for sure.
anybody that wants to get in now, and I wouldn't go in, 100% of what I'm willing to invest. I wouldn't break it up in percentages, probably going at 20%, 20% now, maybe wait a week or so, see what the average is looking like, and then go another 20%, kind of just
Dollar cost average.
dollar cost average. Yeah.
Explain that.
Yeah. Dollar cost averaging is pretty much when you have say $1,000, and you're speculating that a stock might be keep going down or keep going up. But if you buy it at the top, you dollar cost average your average down by buying the dips, buying the lower price points, until you average yourself down to a good position that you're satisfied in, and then just hodl and wait until prices increase.
So let's say a practical example is if I'm looking at a coin that's $5 to $6 and I don't know the entry point. So the next 10 weeks I put in $50 or $100 every week. So I'm never buying the bottom or the top. I'm buying kind of the average. And it gives you a little more time, a little more flexibility. You don't dump all your money in at once again, and get stressed out. You don't feel like you're losing money if you bought, right at the top of that $6 mark, but then you buy some at 550, 525, maybe 5, or even under that. And it fluctuates every week. So that's kind of the idea. Another thought that I had about all of this is this kind of sentiment, and that we talked about, or I observed, and I think we might have talked about, but right around middle December was another really good entry point. Everything was just down super low, and I kind of looked at a bunch of exchanges, and that's another thing I kind of want to touch on, is it can be frustrating when you're new or you don't have experience on international exchanges, because everything's different. Everything might have it says it has a good price, but then they might charge extra fee that, and like the fees can fluctuate, so it can be a little bit frustrating. There was a couple things I was like looking into buying, and I had like 8 exchanges open, and I'm like, I don't do this enough, and and I just didn't have the time to buy it like right at the price point I wanted. So that's all right. I'm okay with that. I know that I kind of called it right once again, and I bought some stuff I'm really happy with. Other times you're going to miss it, and I would still rather be safe and not be giving all my information away to something that I don't know if is reputable or not. Like, at the end of the day, there is different ways to do things. You can trade against coins, your Tether, like stable coins and stuff. Just got to make sure that like every trade is taxable. So a lot of people don't necessarily know that. Yeah, so that's like my thought process, and I understand like for people that are just getting into this can like definitely, it's just like, once again, a waiting in process, and figuring stuff out over time. So yeah.
Yeah, right now it's we're seeing huge dips, 10% dips. Bitcoin as of right now is sitting at $43,085. I believe it was July time or June time when Bitcoin hit 37,000. And it's getting close to that price point. I think if it keeps dipping down, it might hit that high 30,000 K. Yeah, the mid to high.
We're gonna have a winner at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting cold. I feel cold.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the last year or two, we've only seen like some short term, like strong dips, but we really haven't seen like a crypto winter. And a lot of people have kind of mentioned that have been around for many more years than, us or newer savvy traders, that like you could put your money in a lot of things the last year or two and made money. And that's not how it always goes. And to just be okay when you're like, it's a crypto winter, everything's down, it's bearish, that's all right. You just understand that nothing stays the same way forever. And a lot of us that are, new within the year or two, like haven't seen a whole lot of that. So, but that, that happened in 2017, everything popped, super high, surged and then crashed. And, there's a lot of people that like lost their whole life savings. So you want to be careful, right? Like you want to make sure like that is coming, we're going to get a crash at some point, most likely. So you do want to just risk manage and diversify, and not expect to be making money forever, and you're going to have months where like nothing happens, and if you're not oversaturated in the market, then you'll be fine. And I do think, what's a good percentage to be invested? I mean, some people only say like a couple percent, but I mean, of your total wealth. But I even think, if you, for a lot of people, if they don't have tons of bills all the time, you're doing 10%, it's not going to kill you if the market dunks, like you're going to be fine. So, but some people want to do like 50, 75%, and you're balling out of control. What happens when you, can't make that BMW payment or whatever, right? Like, so you're going to be careful. I don't know. The more you do it, you get better at it. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run through the top 10 cryptos right now because top 10 is very important. Bitcoin right now is sitting at 43,085, sitting at 813 billion. Ethereum, Bitcoin's down 7%, Ethereum's down 9%, sitting at 3464 at 411 billion. So Tether, stable coin is stable. It's not moving.
Stablecoin USA.
It's like a turtle. It's just steady.
This thing is a crazy coin, by
the way. Yeah.
It has like manic depressive.
Yeah, dude. It's like it'll either be like 800 or 400. There's no in between.
I've
like,
seen it 200 to 650.
Yeah. It just
bam. It's
yeah.
wild.
I mean, because it's all the people using the crap coins. You know what I mean? They're cashing out their crap coins. They're using Binance Exchange to do that in order to go buy that in their Trust wallet. So it's strongly like Binance can only be as good as crap coins are, and that's what Binance is, right?
Binance coin is an indicator of actually like a very strong, like a healthy market too. But it can get overhyped and oversaturated with, you're talking about meme coins and stuff. But I do think there's a lot of like meaningful good stuff that happens on BNB, obviously, on Binance. So, we like to see that, but it's a crazy coin. It's like, it's buck wild, I've been wanting to say that forever. We haven't talked about that. It's true.
Yeah,
It's fucking crazy.
yeah. I think it's the most unstable, schizophrenic crypto coiners out there. That's in the top 10.
Seriously, that thing is wild.
It's lucky that it has a market cap that it does, right? Because if it had like a smaller market cap, like we're talking about 2 billion, it'd go from like the 300 spot back to the 100 spot. You know what I mean? Like just like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. It is Wednesday, January 5th. Bitcoin is sitting down 7%. Ethereum's down 9%. Tether stable. Binance down almost 9%, 8.6. Solana 11.11%. USDT coin, stable coin, it's up 0.13. Cardano 9.29%. XRP breaking my heart 9.15%. Terra Luna 11%. Polkadot 12.5%.
Wow, these are really down.
They're down double digit percentages, which is it's a perfect time to buy the dip or just sit there and try not to like cry at that point.
When I look at like the top like 5 coins, I'm not really concerned. When I look at the top 10, you start to look at like, $20 and $30, fluctuations or whatever, especially, with these two. I think Avalanche was up at like 115 within the last couple weeks, and Luna was at 100, and XRP is not like fluctuating that much. I mean, it is in the smaller, but still, it's like, I don't know, has it hit 90 cents or over $1? I don't really follow it.
RP when all the altcoins were rallying up, it went up to $1.50, and then obviously Cardano went to like $2.50, almost $3. But yeah, it did pretty nice jump. So like I was watching XRP when it was 40 cents, 45 cents, and I debated about buying it, and it never did, and it went on that last rally. Now I bought in above 75 cents. Full disclosure, not regretting it. YOLO.
Not financial advice. And the only reason I was asking that because I don't know what it's done. I'll just pull it up really quick. Because like I said, like Terra and Avalanche within the last couple weeks have fluctuated like an insane amount. So it'd be interesting to see XRP do like the 3 month.
3 month.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 3 month's gonna show it. It's at 133. It's $1.33 here.
Oh, I mean that's pretty significant. It's
see here.
No, that's fine though. Like,
yeah, okay. So yeah, it did almost $2.
Oh wow, okay.
It's
Yeah,
not bad.
but what I'm saying is some of the other coins have popped and sunk like within a couple weeks. Where XRP is doing about the same as them. So, yeah, good stuff. I think if we see 3 months of down, I mean I think we're still good. I think it's actually healthier for the market than you think. Like people overbuy and overhype a lot of stuff. So, what do we want to do next?
We are going to do
The road to mass adoption.
Road to mass adoption. Let's go.
So I found this article just kind of talked about like major milestones hitting crypto in 2021, kind of just like a good recap. It kind of talked about the crypto winter of the past in 2018, 2019, right after 2017 just like exploded. And it said it finally managed to find its footing this year. Dramatic upward price movement. 2021 has been a year of firsts in the crypto industry. There's been a lot. A number of big league players have made their entry into the crypto scene. Major crypto companies acquired newfound legitimate on the traditional markets. We did have a lot of like institutional buyers and like more, JP Morgan Chase and like all these banks are kind of looking at crypto more, and they're all making investments. Grayscale and Tesla was in and out, but they're still kind of in really long term. But yeah, so just overall, crypto market reaches new all-time highs. Basically, once again, I touched on the beginning, like you could have thrown your money at a lot of things this year and made money. And I think that's another good idea, to not think you're like the smartest person in the world just because you threw some money in a market. But then also not to take it out when it dips on you inevitably, because it's probably going back up after that. But just paying attention to your coins. After reaching its previous milestone late 2017, crypto market entered a prolonged winter, with prices of major cryptocurrencies going down as much as 70%. And I actually had a conversation with somebody in 2018. They're like, you should get into crypto now. And I was like, maybe. And now that I look back, and I didn't quite get there yet, he was very right. I would have done very well for myself. But I think Ethereum was $80. So now it's 4,000. Well, 35. But yeah, it's like bought a bag of that, but pretty happy, right? So you can't make money in crypto. Ethereum's only been up 40 times in the last 2 years. Decline is only reversed later half of 2020 when prices reached their previous record levels. Dynamic that continued into 2021. Sluggish start this year. Crypto market was well on its way to becoming new maximums. Yeah, so BTC touched 68,000. Ethereum hit 4,800 on November 10th. BNB coin hit 666 on November 7th. It's a little omen. Man, that thing is wild. It is, dude. Wow. It forgets. It's like, oh, I'm back to 250. Sorry. I don't know what to do. Yeah, and then the peak was 2.9 trillion. So wow, we almost hit 3 trillion. We're really close, just on the edge. And then there's a lot of great predictions. I mean, I think we're at the point where the market is starting to mature, whether it goes up or down. You know, people are getting more serious about it. Financial institutions and long-term investors that were nervous of coins, just crypto in general, are starting to look at it a little bit more. You know, when people are starting to put millions and billions of dollars into the industry, it's saying something, right? Like, it's looking good. Regardless of the prices. That's what I always say. But they said Bloomberg's senior commodity strategist predicted a great 2020 for Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, they're saying kind of like outlandish things, like $250,000 to $400,000 for Bitcoin. I don't know, man. I think maybe eventually, I think what happens is, you know, price appreciation happens so much, and then we have so many people doing this. It's not like a smaller amount that, like, the prices, you know, people sell off faster. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I think it'll happen eventually. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that anything's possible, especially when you have big time investors, firms, you know, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch. You have these wealthy people that have millions and billions of dollars, and they see us average Joes investing and making, you know, 300-400%. They want to get in on this. And they're not gonna go ahead and gamble their money. They want a firm to gamble their money for them, so they can have someone to blame at the end if it all goes bad. Just kidding. But
don't hurt
yeah. So don't hurt the financial institutions that make
Please.
Millions and billions of dollars.
Don't come for us.
Yeah. But once these institutions invest in a coin like Bitcoin, Ethereum, I mean, they have large sums of money. They're not coming in at like 100 million. They're coming in at billions because they have so much money backing this, and it gives them a legitimacy. So onward.
The whole thought is like, but like savvy investors and stuff, like especially some of them, like buy and sell off at the top. So it's like, it doesn't just keep going up because they'll sell out and buy back in at, you know, 40K and sell back off at 60. So it's not like money that stays in the market. So my whole argument is like, I don't know if it can. People keep saying Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. Well, yeah, I think so eventually, but like it's harder to do when people keep selling off because they're just making profit constantly, right? Like you also said, you have millions and maybe billions of dollars in freaking Bitcoin that you can short and sell. It's like you can make an insane amount of money and you buy back in, you know, with some of that profit. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, people just have to take profits. I mean, if we didn't, then what are we doing with ourselves? Yeah. Onwards. So El Salvador becomes the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. So El Salvador, they have a young president who's, they believe, in his 40s, and he really understands crypto. He believes in it, and he knows that his country is very torn by technology, and he feels like he can give them a hope if he's a country with early adoption of this cryptocurrency, which is huge. It's like next level stuff. I don't think people understand how next level this announcement was. And I actually listened to a podcast, and they were actually talking to the president, and they're actually saying, so like El Salvador, are you guys gonna be buying like an ETF? Are you guys gonna be in like country itself? So, like, what percentage is your reserve gonna have in Bitcoin? And he's saying, oh yeah, we're buying millions, and right as of like the day of announcement, they already had like $10 million worth of Bitcoin, and they're just keep putting on the reserve. I mean, you can go to this country and buy a house. You can buy anything with Bitcoin. Where else can you go and use Bitcoin as crypto? It's next level stuff, and he opened a doorway for all of these third world countries to actually make a little bit of money and help their build generational wealth that they never had because of their economy and how that is. So in history first, Central America Republic of Salvador officially adopted Bitcoin as legal tender in September 2021 after the country Congress approved respectively bill spearheaded by recently elected President Nayib Bukele. It went into effect September 7th, making payments with Bitcoin fully legal through El Salvador, despite major supporting campaigns, including the establishment of several hundred Bitcoin ATMs attending centers. And yes, they incentivize their citizens to open up a platform and open up a wallet, and they were gifted $30 equivalent to BTC so people can get familiarized with the process. I mean, this is unheard of, but super cool. And no other country was doing this. They're the first to ever do this. So they're going to go down in the world history as thinking ahead and being proactive. So BTC, they gave $30 equivalent to BTC to every citizen who would begin using El Salvador's own crypto wallet, Chivo. The rollout did not go without a hitch. Obviously, I mean, you have millions of people using this platform that's never been designed to use millions of people. The servers are gonna have issues, scalability. The app had to be briefly disconnected due to being overloaded with traffic. Obviously, other concerns is Bitcoin's volatility. Crypto surges and dips can routinely reach double digits percentage in a single day. That's what we want. And major financial psychological hurdles over El Salvador citizens who depend on every single dollar in their wages for their daily necessities. So they obviously live in poverty, and most people don't have bank accounts, but they do have a cell phone. So there you go. They can invest or open up a wallet, and they're not at mercy of a financial institution which requires so much of you and gives you so little.
I think at the end of the day, it's a new economic thing we've never seen before, and there's definitely positives, pluses, and minuses. I've seen a couple of articles that kind of talked about it's they might not make enough money to for Bitcoin's to ride out Bitcoin's volatility, and it's if it's crashing a lot and you're getting paid in it, it's it is kind of awkward. However, I think overall it's a good thing. There's another kind of aspect of this that I saw I was reading another article that I can't confirm, but they said it was kind of not quite Bitcoin. It was actually through another wallet, through another crypto. I don't know. I if that's true, it's very strange. I don't know if it was Cosmos or Atom or something that was actually holding Bitcoin. So I mean, regardless, maybe it doesn't really matter that much, but it sounds a little bit it's for news and not actually what's happening. But once again, I still think it's a good thing. There's a lot of things going on. It's hard to completely know what countries' intentions are and this and that. I think they were setting up a bunch of Bitcoin mining there, which makes sense, which you'd want to do. But at the end of the day, I think, regardless if, everything else doesn't make sense, Bitcoin's probably going to appreciate, be worth way more than their national tender. And I think that's a great thing and a really good long-term call, because you're going to have a bunch of, I don't even know what they have, but it's the same thing with a lot of national tenders all over the world. They just depreciate endlessly over years, and Bitcoin's not going to do that. So even if it's rocky for now, I think long term it's a smart idea. So yeah, it's big news. I think it's also very similar big news to the Facebook Novi wallet that's coming out. And I think that's like a huge milestone. I know that's not quite here yet, but it's happening. And I think we're going to hear more stories like this. So pretty crazy, wild regardless.